I'm based in Germany, Stuttgart right now.
You're based where? Sorry, it just came
In
up.
in Germany, Stuttgart.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to Germany for years.
Yeah, have you? Wow. And how do you enjoy Dubai by now?
Absolutely love it. Couldn't imagine living anywhere else in the world now. It's just such a hub. Have you been many times?
Wow.
There's
And
so much opportunity.
and what makes it special for you?
The weather, safety, the safety here. You know, I don't even have a front door key to my house.
Wow.
It's crazy. I don't think there's anywhere else in the world you can live like this.
Wow, that really is, yeah, outstanding. Definitely.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
But nevertheless, you're traveling a lot, is that correct?
Yeah, I travel all the time. I was just in LA for a month because of Housewives, and we did a fan show. And then, you know, I just love, we bought land in Bali, so we're building a hotel over there.
Hmm.
So, you know, we go back and forth from there. And I just like, you know, I have family all over. So I'm always on a plane if I can be. Love
Yes.
it.
So you're basically experiencing every single day something special. And
Yes.
here is my question. I really like to know what makes an so-called once in a lifetime experience for you.
I don't know. I really try and find, I think, you know, when you have success in many different ways, I think the most important thing is experiences because, you know, things don't really matter anymore. So like we climbed, you know, bit higher than base camp Everest. That was one of the most special things I did. And actually, I really didn't think I was going to be able to do it. Like the first 2 days, I couldn't walk very well, and I was at the back. And then I actually 9.5 days later on the mountain, I finished first.
Wow.
So yeah, um, I like things like that where you don't expect to have such a good time, but it was amazing. And I met incredible people on that journey. Like I knew no one on the mountain when I got there, and then we knew everyone, and they're still friends today.
Wow, that really sounds great.
Yeah.
And
Um, yeah.
what is the experience in regards of the project on Bali?
I think that's another one, just like that. I'd never been to Bali before. I'd been once. And we just, I think when you live a certain life, it's really nice to get the dichotomy of like a completely different way of life. You know, we go there, we don't have makeup, hair, like, you know, no cars, you're on motorbikes, you don't even need shoes. It's crazy. And it's just such a different way of living that we fell in love with it. And actually, so many people have. Like, our land is next to like Snoop Dogg, and Paris Hilton just bought there. But they bought after us. Russell Simmons is next to us, but it's kind of become this kind of, I don't know, cool place that everyone goes to get away from everything. And because it's I think it's Hindu, so everyone's so kind there that it's got this really beautiful sort of feeling to it. And I think with the way of the world again right now, everyone's looking to sort of find another way of life later, that you kind of get away from cities and people who have just had enough. And it's just a completely relaxed way of living.
Yes, and you automatically meet like-minded people who are, yeah, after the same thing.
Well, that's why, in a way, what we wanted to do was build a small community that we sold, you know, our houses to our friends, and that you end up together. A friend of mine did that in Ibiza. I have other friends that have done it all over. And although that's a bit more party, the concept is so nice because whenever you do go on holiday, you know that you've got really nice people living next door to you. And you know that you're going to end up seeing one or two of them whenever you get there. And it's just a really good way to live. And if you've got kids, it means everyone's kids just end up together, which means you can have a holiday. And it's just a great, I just think it's a really nice community way of living. I live in a community in Dubai. which was built by a girlfriend of mine. So I got used to living like that. And I grew up in a completely different way where you didn't want to see anyone close to you.
Yeah. And how did you choose Bali for this project on a, let's say, on a plan, or did you kind of got into there by, yeah, different circumstances?
No, there was no plan. And we just literally tried to, we just stopped. There was we've been negotiating with a little man in a rice field. That's what it is. That all the land is owned by locals, and they're leased. So you lease the land, and then you can release the land. A lot of people have done it now. Actually, if you're on the planes going over there, it's nuts. There's so many Russians and French going because the land is still a really, really good price. The communities are really happy to have you. And you can build fairly cheaply compared to anywhere else and get a really beautiful finished product at the end. And everybody's going. So, you know, the hotels are full. It's crazy. So it's just a really fun. They do these pods and they have the hotels are just so different. It's all about Instagram now and making these incredible hotels that just look, you know, really sort of out there. And we're going to do the most amazing sort of Tulum feel hotel that we've got an incredible architect doing, half bamboo, half concrete, so that you can live in it. But, you know, because I think the bamboo ones, you only want to stay 1 or 2 nights, but they're amazing. And it's just, it transports you to a different world. And
in regards of safety, is it comparable to Dubai?
Really safe. Yeah, really safe. So that's another one, because I looked at Mexico. Mexico's pretty much run by the cartels still. So that can change in an instant. You've got the Caribbean, and, you know, most people hate us coming in. You've got, you know, all of those places where you'd like to end up. They kind of, you know, this was the only one that I felt. Costa Rica is cartel. Everyone's going to Costa Rica still, but you know, it's still cartel run. I'm not comfortable with that. So this was the Hinduism. Actually, they don't steal, they don't kill, you know, and the villagers actually help you run the places as well. So if you employ them, they're super happy to have you. And they really welcome people because obviously they need the money and they see the tourism. So, you know, you don't feel threatened or
you actually feel probably appreciated, and really it's a good situation.
Yeah, and the salaries there are so low compared to anywhere else, so that if you pay them well and they stay, you know, and you give them something to run. Like I met a few American guys that had gone out there, built their hotel, and they're full, and you know, for a place that isn't really built up yet, they were renting their villas out, little hotel rooms, which they did different themes in each one, very successfully for between like $1,000 and $3,000 a night, and you know, with no overheads, because the you know, very little, because the locals all ran it for him, and it just ran like ship clockwork for him. So he was like, you know, he's like, why would I leave?
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
As a final question, is there something like a bucket list, something you like to experience in the future?
I want to go. I still want to do Australia. I've never done Australia, and actually our TV show's in Australia. And yeah, but I need a month, I think, a month or 2 to go and really see it, because it's so far. Or China, I've done Japan, but yes, there's lots of places I still want to go. Like I try and always go to a different place every year so that I don't repeat, so that I can see the world. I think there comes a time, or I'm actually thinking I'd quite like to do a cruise ship, but I don't know what that's like, whether I'd hate it and we're not being able to get off.
Yeah, you're kind of trapped.
Yes, you're trapped. And then what if you don't like any of the people and they're ghastly? I don't know.
Yeah. Awesome. So thank you very much for your time. And
thank you for coming.
Lots of experiences throughout the next couple of years, wherever in the world. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm not coming in January.
Oh no.
There's a next
one.
opportunity.
Yeah. Next one for sure. Lovely to
Okay.
meet you.
Thank you. Have a great one.